I'm just going to say it out loud. I think that her memoir, her quote unquote memoir of being savagely, brutally, repeatedly raped as a child by a teacher who is pseudonymous in the book, but who actually exists, who is actually a real person who apparently has been in hiding since her book came out. I think that book is a lie. I think Amy Griffin made it up. We covered Amy and her book first on the nerve back a few months ago in episode 24. So if you haven't seen that, I would encourage you to go look at that. I would encourage you to read the New York Times piece, and I would encourage you to read the reader comments, which, in the self-selecting group of progressives and Me Too cheerleaders over at the New York Times, read a piece like that and say, hey, this woman is shady as fuck. You got a problem on your hands. Okay. Now, I would like to address the real Mr. Mason. That's the name she gave the teacher. She says raped her brutally, repeatedly, and threatened to rip her teeth out, shoved her head down a toilet in public places in her school, which nobody ever saw a thing, And it is also in this New York Times piece, along with the young girl who it is heavily, heavily implied was actually raped at that school in a dress that she borrowed from Amy, and who it seems then had her trauma, her story borrowed by Amy. Seems, just my opinion. I hope these people sue the shit out of Amy Griffin for defamation and damages. I really, really, really do. Because trust me, an Amy Griffin thinks that her billions of dollars and her powerful husband and her powerful lawyers make her bulletproof. But there is a real groundswell now of people who doubt her story, rightfully so, just my opinion. And I would bet that there are no shortage of high-powered lawyers who would take on Mr. Mason's case or this young girl's case, now a woman. They would take it on contingency, no question. They'll take their piece on the back end of this. Because Amy's got to prove that this guy who everybody in her her city of Amarillo can identify, her family's very prominent. They're very wealthy, okay? Everybody in the town knows who this guy is, and this guy hasn't been seen in months. These kinds of allegations, I hope they sue her. I hope they make her life a living hell.